where I stayed for about 4-5 years. I worked with some of the leading global companies in India and England. That is like Glaxo, ICI, Yesco, alright? So, the purpose of me being here is that I want to create more of Shubhashikhan here. One Shubhashikhan is already there. So, I mean, just like we will stand up. So, he shares something in common, he's also Shubhashik. But Shubhashik is not. Okay? So anyway, I want all of you to retain your identity. What's there in your name? I want all of you to carve out a niche for you. Alright? With that, we'll start. So it's my proud privilege to introduce our team. Our marketing head is Amit Dawar. I'll tell you about Amit. Abhishek is head of the multimedia section. And our youngest member of our team. No, you just introduce yourself here.
Thank you everyone. Myself Ronaldo, and I have completed my graduation in 2007. After that, I doing my MBA and then joined our institute. Okay. Thank you.
He's in marketing, alright? And we have a lady with us, Tiruma Banerjee, alright? Just like this. Okay. So, our session, how we will go about it is, we'll be focusing on this management studies, alright? Management as a discipline, alright? And then, if you have any questions, because I would like to make it interactive session, alright? So, if you have any specific question, you can always park it, alright? And then, you can ask at the appropriate time. Once we have finished the presentation, what we'll do, we'll open the floor and we'll be inviting questions. Myself and our head of marketing team, Amit, will be answering. Okay? Thank you and have a nice time. In this world, whether you like it or not, there are only 3 classes of people in this. Only 3 classes of people. Those who make things happen. Those who watch things happen. Those who wonder what happens. Which one do you think you guys belong to? Fantastic. Alright? So you should believe in yourself, in your capacity. Am I audible enough or you want me to use the microphone? I think I'm audible enough. So we all believe in us. Those who believe in themselves belong to the category, those who make things happen. Alright? Look, what they say is politics is a very lucrative career. You don't need any management degree, nothing. But eventually you will land up with that category, those who wonder what happened. Okay? Your choice. But in this particular seminar, we would love to interact with people who belong to the first category. Alright? So all of you, I believe all of you belong to the first category. So then, that's to go. Maybe you don't have an attitude problem, okay? You sincerely believe in the fact that you belong to the first category. But let me tell you, all of us have studied basic science. I believe all of us. What's the difference between a vector and a scalar? Don't think that I'm becoming obsessed because of my background in science. But all of you must have studied about vector and scalar. Who can tell me the difference between a vector and a scalar?
Scalar is something which can be measured.
Scalar or vector?
Vector is something which can be measured. Or vector is something which is very abstract.
Fantastic. Very good try. Well, I'm not going to give a lecture on vector and scalar. Okay? Vector has got a direction. So if somebody tells me, we are from Calcutta, when we, got onto a taxi, we didn't know how to reach Edmund College. So that guy knew. So he could give us a sense of direction. So here I am with my team of DBAs who are going to spearhead the movement of giving a direction to all of you, so that you can have a smooth journey of life. Life is a journey, okay? You think life is a journey or a destination? Life is a journey. So here we are trying to navigate through to the process of the journey of life. Okay? So where to go? At this age, I believe all of you are, they are very much concerned. at times, we'll be baffled because right now there is an information overdose, I would say. They say information, it is called a revolution, but I would say information overdose. So there are certain things, there are some fantastic people, they have become successful in why, like Sachin Tendulkar, Aishwarya Rai, Kalpana Chawla. Why do you think these people have become successful? Any try? Sorry. Fantastic. You are absolutely correct. You have hit the jackpot. These people are focused. So, where to go? Because at this age, because there are so many courses, you have got the option of pursuing so many courses. At times, you will be pressurized by your peers. If you have a brother who is a doctor, if you have a brother who is an engineer, then you will be granted a worthless by your parents or your peers if you don't pursue this. Even when you know that you don't have the aptitude of becoming a doctor. Look, Sachin Tendulkar is not a doctor, he is not an engineer. Aishwarya is not a doctor for that matter. So you have to be at the top wherever you are. Don't you think that that's a success formula? So we are going to we are going to focus on the management area. Okay? And to what management can offer you as a career. So, who can tell me the difference between what are you going to, what do you aspire for, a job or a career? Fantastic. What is the difference between a job and a career? Fantastic. So, that means? Fantastic. Excellent. So, job is a short-term thing. Career is a long-term thing. Career is where you can see yourself 10 years from now. Let me tell you, give you an example which will excite all of you. 10 years back, a youngster who was of your age came to BBA, okay? He was aspiring for a career, not a job. Today he has blossomed into the marketing head of BBA, none other than Amit. So, what basically we are aspiring for is career, not job. Job is a short-term thing, and career is a long-term. Okay. Sometimes life gives you an option, but it's very difficult to choose. There are disciplines, because I'm a sports fanatic, I keep giving examples of sports. Okay? I'll excuse some of you if you are not interested. But I believe, sports teaches us a lot of things. There's a game called baseball. You must have seen. Looks like cricket. And all of us, we are crazy to the power infinity about cricket in this country. The cricket crazy country. So now Sachin Tendulkar, if he is given the option to play baseball, do you think he will be successful? Or, to an extent. But he may not be Sachin Tendulkar of baseball. Let me give you another example. Jayendra Patel. Everybody knows that he is a very good tennis player, India's number one. But everything is also, it's almost like human is one and human is champion. There's something in common. So tennis also, table tennis and non-tennis, there's something in common. But you think he will be able to some extent be very successful. But he may not become the Jayendra Patel of table tennis. Okay? So let me tell you, at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, unless and until you have the aptitude for that subject, no amount of effort can make you successful. I'm ready to cut any part of my anatomy if you can prove me wrong. If you don't have the aptitude to become a sportsman, if you don't have the aptitude to become a doctor, if you don't have the aptitude to become a scientist, at the same time, I will tell you emphatically that if you don't have the aptitude to become a manager, you will not succeed. Okay? Alright, but let me tell you that we are all born with certain specific traits and attributes, skill sets, which we don't know. We go into a shell. I would like all of you to know yourself. I'll give you an example. At times you have actually done something exemplary. Okay? So what, as a facilitator, as a person who will chart out the destiny for all of you, or who will give a direction to all your life journey, I will actually give you examples where you have acted as very good manager. Alright? So know yourself, explore career fields. Unless and until you know yourself, how many of you think that you know yourself? How many of you? But be confident. How many of you think that you know yourself? You'll be amazed if I call any one of you, make you stand here and tell you, give you the option that for the next 15 minutes, you only talk about yourself. Not only you, even I will also point out. I will humble. We don't know each other. We don't know about ourselves. We are more guided by what others think about us. We are more guided by and influenced by what others think about us. If people think, yeah, he is worthless, he is of no use. And in Hindi when they say, "Kaam karna aapka dushman," very well. So you actually at times you start thinking, you brand yourself as worthless. Let me tell you, you don't become worthless as long as your inner conscience doesn't brand you as. Because others they may be envious of their achievement. People have different objectives in that. Unless and until you think that you are worthless, you are not worthless. I am happy and I will support those students or people who can prove others wrong. Let others feel that you are worthless. In your eyes, never become worthless. Alright? Explore career fields. You have to explore the career. Let me tell you, you have to match because it is SWOT. What is, can you expand it? SWOT is the story. Fantastic. You nailed it. Yes. Can't you see it? So I'm sorry, but it's absolutely correct. Strengths, weakness, opportunities, and trends. Okay. Let me tell you, strengths and weaknesses. Well, I'm not delivering a management lecture. I should be teaching you this when you come to our institute. But strength and weakness is internal, which you can regulate. All of us can regulate our strengths. All of us should know our strengths and weaknesses. And there are opportunities and strengths in the industry. What Dr. Samrat Adikai was trying to tell, that placement. Let me tell you, if you don't have the aptitude, we can't help you get a placement. At the end of the day, it's like swimming. If you have plunged into a swimming pool, you don't know how to swim. No matter of what can help us, save you from drowning. You should know. So you need a good swimming coach. Alright? So in life also, if you want to be successful, if you want to find your all your priorities, you need a person who will guide you to travel time. Oh, now you have your knowledge and skill. And in that area, if you are a cricketer, you should know how to play straight back, how to field. Similarly, if you want to be a good manager, because all the multinationals are just waiting in queue to enter into the Indian market. It has got the maximum middle class. Okay? So let me tell you, if you have the right skills and aptitude, then pick you up and your career we call it kickstart. It will kickstart and fast track. And within no time, you'll be amazed. Maybe you'll breakfast in India, lunch in Britain, and maybe you end up your dinner in Africa. What has become a global village? Anything is possible. Anything is possible in Britain. If you have the right stuff. If you have the fire in your belly, if you have the butterfly in your belly, and if you are an achiever, if you have the desire to be successful, let me tell you, nobody can stop. You can prove others wrong, those who think that you are worthless. Okay? Very fond of saying this thing, life is not about 2020 ticket. I think all of you are fascinated by 2020. Anything can, life is unpredictable. Person who does the right thing on the relevant day, probably will walk away with the order. Okay? That means, are we in agreement that all of us, we are not persons, irrespective of what others do? Do you agree with me? Very uniform response. Yeah. So, I think I would seek apology from some of my friends, especially male friends, because of the 33% reservation bill that the women enjoy. I think they will be more than happy. That doesn't mean that you will not get jobs. Okay? But let me tell you, we are operating in a country now. Okay? Where, whether you like it or not, you have to take it with fight. Women will, your fellow colleagues, Shubhajit right now is very happy to female friends on either side. Okay, let me tell you, they will be the biggest threat to you. So I don't want you to get scared. You cannot take anybody lightly because there are this is in Asia nowadays. Women and female candidates are required because they are inbuilt with something called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence that women possess. That is why companies they are very smart. So they will hire, they are eager trained. I won't say alarming because in my eyes, I've never been biased. So you are like a male candidate and a female candidate, they are at top in my eyes. But the industry trend is there is a growing trend. There are certain areas where females are better. Obviously, you have some areas like marketing, but still it's a domain of male. But I don't know for how. So there are so many, career options. Okay? But let me tell you, once again, it boils down to the aptitude. It boils down to the aptitude, and you should have the right attitude. Alright? So, earlier, you remember this slide. Back to go. Don't you think we have become a bit more focused now? Now, at least we have three directions. We are zeroing down our choice. Don't you think so? Life is becoming less complicated. Okay? So, in a span of 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't know how long I've been speaking for, you found that we are actually converging a solution. Alright? Have you seen a funnel? You have not seen a funnel, A chemistry in the chemistry lab, you must have seen a funnel. It looks like this. So, your career options or in every decision you take, put all your ideas in that funnel and let it, zero down. Ultimately, when it filters down, there should be only one idea. That is what life is. That is what all successful people of this earth they did. They were focused. You may have hundreds of ideas, but at the time of implementing, you have one best option which you think you can do justice to. So, if you really if you are you have the uncanny knack of writing down quotes or quotations, please write down. You have to plan your work and then work your plan. You have to plan your work first, and then you have to work your plan. Please write down if you think that working the plan is more difficult than planning the work. Working the plan, when you are executing, let me tell you, as a management professional, I have seen the best of companies. Okay, best of companies, according to McKinsey, the world's biggest management consultancy firm, the execution is only 69%. Those Fortune 500 companies, the top 10, they could execute only 69% out of 100% time. It is that difficult. So when it concerns your career and life, don't you think it can make or mark chances? Alright? So, plan your work and then work your plan. Plan your work and then work your plan. People is easy? So you must have seen during elections, I think Meghalaya is a very infrastructure is very good. I sincerely believe in the fact that Dr. Mukul Sangla or his team of politicians, they are contributing. But unfortunately, all across, maybe across the length and breadth of our country, politicians become hyperactive during election time. They'll say, we'll plan this, we'll do this, we'll have, state of the art airport, we have roads like, where you can fly, but then they forget. Because working the plan is very difficult, but they don't have the evidence also. Okay? So, it eventually boils down to one single goal, which is, what's that? Fantastic. So, we are all very much concerned about our career. So, managing your career. So, look, we say managing our bank balance, managing our business, okay? Managing our relationship with our parents, with our friends, okay? But at times we take it for granted that our career is equally important. Don't you think that counts well? Sometimes a career gives you an identity. Okay? So how do you manage your career? Because no one else other than you who are in charge of your career. Do you think your friends are in charge? Do you think your parents are in charge of your career? Do you think they will give intention on behalf of you? So you are in charge. So take ownership of learning. Take the ownership. Let the ball be in your court. Don't shove off your responsibility. Understand the entire process. I'm very happy that all of you have come, because at least you will learn something out of this seminar. So unless you understand the process, let me tell you, you will not be very successful. Okay? So you should be in regular business will be said that you are part of it. In our placement, we are very successful. In our placement. Why? Because we consider you to be a part of the process, not out of the process. Okay? You are a part of the process. You have to understand. Please prepare for every stage of the process at all times. You should be ready to plan the option. Always in life, definitely. I was quite, amused to find some of the students. I don't know if anyone of you will have carrying an umbrella. Yeah, he's carrying an umbrella. Okay? A good manager will always keep a family option. Because giraffe is, very unpredictable weather. Anytime it may start raining. So plan the option. So be prepared for every stage of the process at all times. How do you think? How can motivate? You need to motivate yourself. Don't think that if you go to capital, your parents will also follow suit, and they will keep motivating you. Come on, you are in capital, you do this. No. They are bogged down with other problems. Okay? Alright? So self motivation is very difficult to achieve. Self motivation. You have to keep motivating yourself. How do you think that you will motivate yourself? Yeah, see. Look, no answer is any try is not, never goes through that. Please tell me. Fantastic. So that is the process. But what I basically want to tell is, you will be able to manage your career if you are involved in the process. If you are mentally involved. Obviously, you can bring about a drastic change through yoga and other things. Okay? So, now I told you we are about to go to the last phase of that funnel. So let us actually make 7 standing rules of successfully managing our career. What are they? Plan your career. Planning is important. And here when I say plan, I don't mean the politicians planning. They plan only once in 5 years, and for the next 50 years they are unable to implement. Okay? Plan your career, you should have a short-term plan and a long-term plan. You should plan your work, break it down into small achievable objectives. Be happy with the achievement of each objective, and eventually one day you will find that you have cracked the next. No? So that's how it goes. Build your aspiration to network of contact. That's why when I came here, I interacted with you. I was urging all of you to interact with each other. Make friends in the world, not enemies. You never know. Anytime somebody will come forward and help you. Okay? Because we need people, we need each other. We are social animals. Alright? And company. All of you want to work in a company, right? All of you want to work in a company? Who is good in English? We are studying English as a literature. Any student? What's the meaning of company as per the dictionary? English dictionary? Fantastic. She said it's an artificial body of individual. Absolutely correct. As a literature expert, she said artificial body. I would say, as a management profession, it's a natural body, homogeneous body of individuals. So company is nothing but company of people, company of like-minded individuals. You are absolutely correct. So here we will try and change your perspective. Okay? You need a team to be successful. All right. What preparation is needed before the start of your career? Always remember, all of you, I am very sure you have at times you have actually taken a time. You know, even on the runway, the plane waits. And then when it thinks that it is about to launch, then it starts its voice. Like that. You should wait for the appropriate time. And then launch yourself on the runway of your career. Alright? Gather all information. Always remember, information, you need to have all the information on your fingertips. Then only you will be successful. Alright? If you don't have the information, you will go blindfolded, okay? Look, world becomes a very scary place. I'm very, very sympathetic to those who are, discerning to the extent that they have lost their eyes. Their body is unfair to them, okay? But just for a moment you close your eyes and find that the world is very, very scary. So let me tell you, in the world of business, in the world, professional world, if you keep your eyes and ears closed, it will be difficult to operate. So, keep the information flowing. Alright? Pay attention to details. Details, if you don't have, how will you get the information? You know, there's a difference between data and information. Process data and information, right? I'm not that good in IT, but I know this much. Data in itself has got no meaning. Process data is what information. So, all the details that you are getting, if you put them in order, that's why I have shown those, career in blocks. If you remove some of the blocks, the whole concept, is literally stalled. So you need to put